Hi folks, Van Prepper here. Today's video is going to be about something that, quite honestly, I wrestled a little bit with making this video because the trend seems to be that a video like this can get you some unwanted attention, but at some point, each of us has to make a decision if we are going to be intimidated which is exactly what these government agencies, I think, want, intimidated into keeping quiet because we don't want the unwanted attention. Listen, if you're out there from a government agency, I'm not crazy. I'm not advocating for violence or anything. Don't waste your time. I don't want to be contacted. Please leave me alone and let me live my life. But what we have here, folks, is uh, a government that is systematically attacking your fundamental constitutional rights. I have seen in the last week, if any of you guys watch Mr. Troy Hunter's video, that Mr. Troy Hunter, who is fairly well known on YouTube, does a lot of ammo videos, a lot of shooting videos with Tannerite and whatnot, was contacted by his local sheriff who had some FBI agents with him, and they said it was in regard to Tannerite. It doesn't really make any sense. He's been making those videos for a very long time, but recently had made some, pretty damning videos about the government and our big federal government and what it's, what it's kind of where it's going. And I, for one, think that that's probably where the attention came from. That's what got him the attention. And that visit from the FBI was, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, not what he said, but in my opinion, to intimidate him, to get him to shut up. There was another guy named Blaine Cooper. He's a 34-year-old man, and he put up a Facebook post about that we are turning into a police state. And I don't see how you can look at it any other way, quite honestly, when you look around and see kind of where we are and how these constitutional rights are being attacked. But less than 24 hours after he made that Facebook post, he was called by the local sheriff's department and asked if he would come down for an interview. They told him the FBI wanted to interview him. And it came out during the interview that had he not agreed to the interview, they had planned to raid his house. On what basis exactly? That he made a video saying that we're becoming a police state? Check the First Amendment. If you're watching this video through the NSA or whatever review thing you do, check the First Amendment and shut your pie hole and get off everybody's back, because this is bull crap. We have constitutionally guaranteed rights. They're not given to us by the Constitution. They are given to us, endowed by our Creator. We are born with those rights. You don't give them to us, and you don't have a right to take them away. And if I sound mad, it's because I am mad. I am sick and tired of seeing stories like this. The IRS scandal, in which the IRS was used as an arm of the federal government to bully political opponents who didn't agree with them, to shut them up, to quiet their voice, to take away their First Amendment rights. You look at the NSA spying. How much more of an assault do you want on your Fourth Amendment rights? If anybody just happens to see this, and I'm sure that they will not, but if you happen to just have skipped onto this video and you're not a person who thinks your rights are under assault, wake up and smell the crack pipe, okay? Stop worrying about things that don't matter at all, okay? Listen, I like sports as much as the next guy, but you know what? Whether Syracuse University wins or the Dallas Cowboys wins or the New York Yankees wins, it doesn't matter in the long run. These things are used as a distraction to keep you stupid and happy from and ignoring the fact that every single day your constitutional rights, your Bill of Rights that are guaranteed to you, outlined in the Constitution, not granted by it, are being stripped away. This is insanity. The NSA has no right. I don't care what any court says. When a court fails to abide by the Constitution itself, its rulings are not relevant in any way. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. That the NSA needs to spy on everybody. And President Obama came out and made a big speech yesterday about, oh, he's so upset about it. Yeah, I'm sure he's really losing sleep. What he's mad about is it's killing him a little bit in the approval rating. I saw that Senator Leahy from Vermont came out and made a statement. You know what the problem is? You know why Congress and the Senate are angry now? Because they called him the NSA before them, and they asked a simple question. We want to know if you're spying on Congress. See, it's okay if the beast that they created spies on all of us and completely goes around and usurps and destroys our constitutional rights. But when Congress thinks they're getting spied on, then the beast they created has gotten out of control, and then they have a problem. And by the way, Congress, that is a huge problem, because the NSA, if they're spying on them, how easy is it, considering how dirty most politicians are, with the NSA, who has that much information on every single person in our government, all our officials, how easy is it going to be for them to not have their power taken away when they can make a phone call to each and every individual in our Senate, in our House of Representatives, in the executive branch, and say, hey, we know you've been doing this. Unless you want that out, you better cast a vote the other way. This is horrifying. And if you are not horrified by this, then go back to sleep, drink your beer, eat your McDonald's, watch your sports, and believe that you live in a free country because you can do those things. Okay? In the communist countries, they're more than happy if you're drunk and stupid and smoking cigarettes. What they're worried about is a wide-awake citizenry that is attuned to what is happening to them and in tune with what their actual rights are. I am telling you without a doubt that the FBI, the IRS, using these things, using intimidation to get people to be quiet or to try and influence people to be quiet, is absolutely an attempt to take away your First Amendment rights. Those First Amendment rights were there because originally the British government, the British Crown, had sought to intimidate the colonists to shut them up and to make any voice of opposition, to take that voice out, to remove that voice, to make it illegal to speak out. And this is any attempt to intimidate somebody against speaking up for their constitutional rights, speaking up about the truth and what they see is going on, is a violation of your First Amendment rights. Okay? Don't get caught up on this. Don't give me Phil Robertson or the Dixie Chicks or Hank Williams Jr. This is a violation of your First Amendment rights. When a government agency comes in and seeks to shut you up because they don't like what you're saying, the NSA, absolutely a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights. Your rights to be secure in your papers, possessions, in your person, in your personal property. Them taking your personal communications without warrant, without having to go before a legitimate judge and prove probable cause that they need to take those things, they need to spy on those things, is an absolute violation of your Fourth Amendment rights. And finally, laws like the SAFE Act, these garbage micro-stamping laws in California are an absolute abomination and an infringement beyond a shadow of a doubt, a violation of your Second Amendment rights. And these aren't the only ones, okay? The Fifth Amendment guarantees, part of the Fifth Amendment, I believe it's the Fifth Amendment, guarantees that you get a trial by jury. If you are a United States citizen, the government cannot execute you without a trial by jury. And those drone strikes on American citizens are doggone sure an execution without trial by jury there. I don't care what you think of the people that are executed. Those people could just as easily be me and you, because there is no oversight on this whatsoever. So this is probably the angriest video you will ever see by me. But by golly, we need to wake up, and we need to not be afraid to make these videos. And if I get contacted tomorrow and I put up a video about being contacted tomorrow, that should not be something that makes people say, man, I can't make these videos because somebody's going to contact me. That's more of a reason for us to say, I got to make these videos. More people need to be making these videos. More people need to be writing these editorials. More people need to be calling shows with these points of view and saying, we're not going to take this anymore. This is nonsense. We have rights guaranteed to us, and we expect our public officials, our public servants, to abide by the exact same laws that we have to abide by. The laws that they took an oath and swore that they would uphold, not stomp all over and use them as toilet paper. I'm Van Prepper. I'm a little fired up tonight, and I hope you're fired up too. Happy shooting, guys.